We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Jets. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
We're going to start. 51, Mike, 51. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And, oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they're going to take over right there. At the 22-yard line.
They can't do anything here. They can't do what we got here. We don't need that. What time is it, baby? Set. 57's Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Got it. 7's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go. Here we go. Double tight. Double tight. Hot 7. Hot 7. Odd. 5 down.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
I'm coming. Off. 57's the mic.
Now Haskins to throw it. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
57.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Gotta do better.
To throw is Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Darnold now to throw. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And by the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
53, check 53. Tackles.
To the air again, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. T.Y. Hilton. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Oh, I I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
All day, baby, all day.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
It's be a long day for you.
They'll run with Muhammad. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now Darnold. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check pass. Check pass. 53's the mic. Delaney, check 53.
Now it's Darnold. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 41-yard line.
1st down, Jets.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Back to throw, Darnold. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Let's go.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Jim. Back. Red 80. 51's mic. 51. Again,
Darnold. This complete to Lockett. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
2nd and a yard.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Let's go, boys.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Watch the slant. Tighten up.
On the toss, here's Williams. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Back at the 19-yard line.
Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. Second quarter now from our nation's capital. And it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. They go play action now. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Stop here, D. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, defense, let's go.
Now Haskins, third and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Jets will take over first and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyler Lockett, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Jets 14, Redskins 9.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Second down, Haskins. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Steve McClendon, credit him for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You. Mike's 5-4.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together. So they can make some progress in this one.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch 54. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. He's got this one complete to Perriman. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. Geis. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Jack!
On the ground, it's Geis.
Run to the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I got wide.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Completes it to Davis. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Rip right.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Mike 50.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field... tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Shift. He's checking. Crash.
Here's Darnold. Completes it to Jennings. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
53's the mic. 53.
Darnold now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Go.
Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
It's a gain of 20.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53's Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Play action. It's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. He's got it to Hilton. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? 7's Mike. Mike 57. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 57.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Championships, baby. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. On the ball.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
3rd down, here's Haskins. Looking long for his tight end. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Slam, slam, slam. Go.
A first down throw, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Single.
First down, Jets.
Motion. Go red 80. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Darnold on first down. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You don't know. Red 80. Mike, 53. Red 80.
A final shot before the break. Darnold is going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
Now a handoff, Geis going right. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Haskins to throw. And he's got his man, Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Buddy up, Mike 57.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On first down, this is Geis.
Run!
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're going on fourth down. Haskins looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Complete to... He's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And 1 at the 20-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a toss. This is Geis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Set, ready. 15 on it. 15 on it. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
That's the way.
2nd down, Haskins. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Big edge, big edge, big edge. Slam, slam, slam.
On the ground, Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Boy, it's only a 1-score game. 3rd quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
53's the mic. 53.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. It's caught, Lockett. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Now a big spot for the rookie Haskins. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Woo! Let's get it. Ready. 4. Tuscan. Mike's 5-4. I got it. Kill, 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 kill.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
We own them. We own them.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, Is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Haskins. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Ready?
After the interception, here's Darnold. Buying time to his left. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw, Darnold steps away to his left, and that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Muhammad. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Right there.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
From the 38, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. It's complete to Lockett. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 29-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime we have
That's
a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, That's exactly what we got.
So here are the Redskins now, an important two-point conversion.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Check 99. Check 99.
61. Max box. Mike. Orbit.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
24, Jets 21.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass.
Darnold. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 80. Mike, 53.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown.
Nice move.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Redskins scoop it. There he goes left side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Brad McDougald. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
23.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and it'll bring up third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Jets.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Darnold being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Darnold to throw again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Set, hut, Mike. 60 out low.
Coming.
Now Geis trying to get to the outside. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Geis again. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Got it. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Third down, here's Geis. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
At the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Bunch set, eyes up, bunch set.
One last throw now for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest.